Hey, this is Okay. Today I am joined by a very angry Japanese giant hornet. If you hear some buzzing or something, that is not technical feedback or we're not having difficulties with the audio. It is a giant hornet stuck in a light fixture about 20 feet away from me. And this thing is like 2 inches long, like a Star Wars action figure that size of a bee. It is insane. I thought it might be like a queen bee or something, but after looking at pictures of these Japanese giant hornets, this thing is a giant Japanese hornet. I don't know how it got into my basement. Like maybe someone out there hates me and let it in here, or maybe it just kind of dug its way in here. I don't know. But this thing is very loud and it's very angry. It's stuck in a light fixture, so I hope it stays stuck. The light fixture is open at the top, and it just doesn't seem to know how to fly upwards. But I fear for my life every time I come into this room because it is really big, and I read that they can kill people. Their sting is like venomous, and I'm just hoping that I can be safe from this thing. It's an officially hazardous workplace, and as soon as it dies in this light fixture, if it never gets out, then I am going to dish that thing out and take a picture of that thing next to my Star Wars action figure or something to show how big this thing is. At first I thought it was like a giant moth flying around, but then I heard the bzzz thing and I was like, holy crap, that is a bee. That is the biggest bee I have ever seen. And anyways, if you hear me screaming for my life or something, that's because the giant hornet has escaped from the light and has come after me. So, on to some more relevant news. I'm finally off pain meds from that surgery, so I'm definitely getting more active and getting more stamina. I'm able to work regular days now. And I finally had a Starbucks latte today with caffeine, and I don't remember the last time I did that. It was like maybe a year ago, it feels like. And so I've been really hyper all day, and I feel like just wonderful. And, if you go without caffeine for a month and then you have, like a coffee or something, it just hits you like crazy. You feel like God or something. You feel invincible and you feel like you can do anything. That's kind of how I've been feeling today. It's been pretty amazing. So I'm thinking I'd like to ask you guys a question. What is your go-to coffee drink? Mine is a white mocha, iced white mocha, the large one, the venti, and I get that with 3 pumps white mocha instead of the normal like 6 pumps. So half the pumps and no whipped cream. And if money is no object, then I get like 3 extra shots. Make sure that thing tastes like coffee. And that is my go-to drink. I think the white mocha was my first coffee drink I ever enjoyed, and I still enjoy it. But yeah, so I do like black coffee. I didn't like I had a job at Starbucks, and I did not like coffee until I quit my job at Starbucks. So that was an interesting twist. So I would also like to talk to you guys about the upcoming movies. Solo, the Star Wars story, is coming out in like 2 weeks. I am not too excited about this movie just because of what happened with The Last Jedi. I am kind of excited that I listened to a video where they were talking about maybe getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy and bringing in someone else. I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm just excited that they're probably going to be listening to her less, because I really don't like how the Star Wars, the story, the screenplay, the script, what I really hated Last Jedi. And the fight scenes in Rogue One were good. I wasn't too crazy about the actual story, but I loved the action scenes enough in Rogue One that I consider it was a good. I would call it a good movie, and I like watching it. If I just skip to the end of the movie, that's the best part. So the other thing is Deadpool is coming out. But okay, back to Solo. My decision on if I'm going to see this movie in the theaters is I'm waiting for Rotten Tomatoes fan audience score, and if the audience score is more than 80%, then I'll give it a shot. But if it's not more than 80%, then I'm passing on it. I know a lot of people are like boycotting it and hoping that it's going to make a difference and cause them to actually listen to their fans about what fans want the movies to be like. I've already watched some videos on like leaked plot material for the next movie in the Kylo Ren and Rey plot, and it sounds awful. It sounds like a lot of very like preachy kind of stuff, and just more of like the Last Jedi with the Las Vegas thing. I'm not even planning on seeing that movie. I'm just so over that sequel trilogy. But yeah, I'm hopefully Solo will be good. That would be cool, but no hopes here. All right, so Deadpool 2 is coming out this weekend, I believe. And I am excited about that movie. I would definitely consider going to see that in the theater, because I saw the first Deadpool in the theater and we had a really good time watching that movie. Oh, okay. Notification accepted. So, yeah, I love Deadpool. The strange thing about Deadpool was I actually got like emotional in Deadpool because of the whole cancer stuff. And I feel like I'm probably the only person in the world who got emotional and sad at the beginning of Deadpool. I don't know. It just really connected with me, and I felt a connection with the story going on and thought they acted it out well, and it touched me. It touched me in many places. All right, so yeah, are you interested in seeing any of these movies? I put out a poll about the Solo movie to see if people were excited about it, and I think I remember that the poll said most people were excited about it, but not hopeful that it was going to be good. They're kind of like, if it's good, that'll be great, but I don't expect it to be good. Then a lot of other people said, I think it was about split even with why did you make this movie? Because Alden, whatever his name is, he is not Harrison Ford, and Han Solo is Harrison Ford. And so it just doesn't make any sense to me and a lot of people why they're making this movie, because I feel like this Alden guy is just not the best person to be in this role. And every time I watch a trailer for it, I'm like, I like every character except for Han Solo, and this is a movie about Han Solo. So not a good little way to communicate with your fans, I guess. I am hoping that they continue making a Kenobi movie, because that would be awesome. I love westerns, and it would be like on the planet Tatooine, hopefully, most of the show. I have listened to I think like a Kenobi book on audio, an audio book of Kenobi, I think something like that, Star Wars story. It's on Amazon, I believe. I purchased it through, what's that site? There's a site where you get a free trial if you haven't ever been on it, but maybe it's called Audible. I think so. But yeah, I listened to it through that, and I really liked the story. It seemed a little bit geared towards like a family, and I couldn't really see it being a great like movie, because it was like, a little too much on like teenagers and family, and just kind of felt hokey. But it was pretty good, fun to listen to. It wasn't great, but it was okay. I'm sure they could do better. All right, so the other thing I was going to go ahead and mention, in case you haven't watched the other previous video on this Wonka issue I've been doing, is that these page sizes are much bigger, much more to traditional comic size. So if I ever wanted to get this printed out in physical form, it's going to look good. And so a lot more detail is going to be coming out in these comics, and I think you're going to be able to tell that the art is just a big improvement upon the last chapter 1. I think there's been 2 years between chapter 1 and chapter 2 as far as production, so there's been some improvement since then. And there's more adult themed transformations. You'll see down here we've got a character from the chapter 1. Her name is Andrea, and she is a detective that is sort of defected detective, and she is kind of Wendy Wonka's love interest. If you go on my DeviantArt profile or my gallery, you can see that there's a penciled strip that I put up of Wendy and Andrea kissing, and Andrea notices that there is a person covered in chocolate in the corner of the room. And if you read chapter 1, you'll know who that is. All right. Oh gosh, that is a horrible thumb. Okay. Let's see, the thumb has kind of like that shape right there. All right, that's better. All right, so let's get down to the chest. I think I need to move it over just slightly. There we go. And she's got a really loose tie. It's kind of been stretched by the growth. Growth? That's a weird word to say, growth. Alright, so we've got her shirt on, and it has kind of been torn up. She's kind of put on some weight while in this candy factory. Her and Wendy have been eating bunches of chocolate. Alright, so let's make this the right shape. Oh gosh. There we go. Slightly bigger than the penciled version. Alright, we're going to put the tie there. Clavicle action. Clavicle action is the best action. Alright, so we got like a button, one button still hanging on right there, and it's going to be pulling the life out of this shirt. Alright, so let's make sure it kind of curves around. Alright, this is the like gun sling thing, gun holster, arm holster. Alright, that's a little too wide there. Alright, so it kind of comes down, and she's got a pretty big belly here. Now the shirt comes down and over. You can give a little bit of a shadow down there. While I've been inking, I've been watching The Office and Parks and Rec now because I finished The Office. That's how many hours I've put in on this comic so far. I've completely watched, well, listened to The Office, which is how many? That's like 9 seasons. Yeah, 9 seasons. And I didn't like season 7 so much, but every other season is really good for that show. I don't know how many hours that is, but it's a lot. Alright. I'm hoping I can have this comic ready for pre-order by Sunday night. I do not know how possible that is because I am finishing up inking on page, on what is this, like 8 pages I've got into. And so I still have another 8 or 9 pages to ink, as well as color, and a few pages I still have to do some pencil work on, and that is a lot of work. So I'm not going to put it out for pre-order too soon, but I'm hoping that at least 2 weeks from now it'll be done. Let's see, that would be maybe the 19th, maybe the 20th. This comic will be done. Alright. Now a little bit of forward leg. And then the arm. Kind of looks like she's doing a butt grab. Butt slap. Alright. Get this arm cleaned up. I don't know, maybe it was better. Alright. Now I just gotta do the black tie. Black tie is not optional because it was on her in the previous page. And I guess that would be weird if the tie just suddenly disappeared. Oh crap. Okay. Oh, I hear that bee buzzing around. Okay, almost there with this. My favorite character in Parks and Recreation is definitely Andy, Star-Lord, before he was Star-Lord. Alright, pretty much got this down. Now I just need a belly button and we're done. Okay, we gotta close up this, close up that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of shadow under here. Alright, so in conclusion, hopefully by the end of this comic I will have posted a picture of a giant Japanese hornet, and I will share that on the DeviantArt profile because it's just crazy. Never thought I would see one of those things. Alright. This is Wendy Wonka and the Chocolate Fetish Factory, Chapter 2, and this is One Big Butt. Baby got back. Alright. Let's see. This has been an okay kind of live stream and chat. Please leave any comments, what's your favorite drink at Starbucks or any other coffee place. And leave any comments if you have questions about this comic. Comments for the comic. This is Okay. Subscribe for more videos and hit that like button if you enjoy these art videos. I'll see you on DA and more on YouTube. So I'm out. I'll talk to you later.